So all good from my side, and then in today's class we are going to see what is a Docker. Docker. Let us ask to Google what is Docker. What is Docker in DevOps? Yeah. Take this, and this is the icon for Docker. We will see that in detail. Yeah, tell me. Oh, sorry, I had not shared my screen. Yeah. So this is the definition of a Docker. What Docker can do. It is a containerization platform. We have discussed this with VMware. So, what is VMware? VMware is nothing but a virtual machine where we will be having a virtual hardware that is used for installing our applications. Okay, so whenever you want to use some Linux tools on your laptop, that is not possible without installing Linux on your laptop. So you can use either Windows or Linux uh, separately. But when you have installed your VMware, you can use Windows and Linux simultaneously. So that is the advantage that what we have observed with respect to the VMware. So Docker provides us bundling of the tools where you can bring all the tools, services, and the respective standards into one container and keep it available for the application developers. That is what a Docker is. So it is used to develop, ship, run applications within lightweight containers. So you want to run an application. Whenever you want to run an application, so what are all the things you need? So let us say you have developed a Java application. Let us say, or even a Python application, whatever it is. You have developed a Java application. What are all the things you need? If you want to run this on a particular machine, what are all the things you require? So you need a physical or a virtual machine. You need a virtual machine for this. Number two, after this, what you need? You need to install necessary OS. On that, you need to install tools, maybe software, tools like maybe software, or sometimes we may need some special applications. Which are required for handling, for sending data and other things. And I can say tools like software and handling tools, or I can say what I can say, instead of software and you can say handling tools maybe, and then install necessary operating system tools, and then deploy, run, test, and finally run. So these are all steps you need to follow when you have developed an application, when you want to install that particular application on your on the client side. Okay, so to overcome all these difficulties, you have the developer gives code. The developer gives code. We will deploy that onto a container, and then from that container we should be able to run this on the container. We never bother about what kind of operating system we need, what kind of hardware, software we need, tools we need. Run this on the container, serve via HTTP. That means browser. You will be serving it via browser. Because it is there on the browser, you need not to worry. You can see it on the laptop, you can see it on your mobile phone, you can see wherever you want. That is the advantage that what we will observe with respect to the containerization of an application. So the containerization tool here is Docker. Docker helps you to containerize the applications. So it will add all the tools that are required within that, and then you will be able to use that in your applications. For doing this, Docker itself provides what is called Docker Play with Docker. Docker.com, Play with Docker. Let me share this on the WhatsApp chat. Play with Docker. So this link you can directly use to use Docker applications. This is free. You can click on get started. It will be asking you for some Gmail access. You can use your Gmail access. You can just create a simple username. That's enough. So once you can see, you will be getting a session like this. So for this here, you will be getting a node. You will be getting a terminal like this. On this terminal, you can start working. Okay. So you can click whichever port you want to open, that you can open here. But this is the IP address for this particular machine to access, and this is the memory and CPU, and this is the direct access link using SSH. Okay. So here you can go to the editor. Go to the editor. In the root, you can create your files, what are all you want. So for creating a Docker application, what we need? For creating a Docker application, we need one code followed by Docker file. So for doing that, what we can see here is, here we will be seeing the simple app. So this you need not to worry. We are not going to write any Python program here, and this is the Python program that what we will be asking what will be given by the developer. So let us say this is a Python program given to you. What this program will do? This program will simply display welcome to Python Flask world. So this will be automatically using the port number 908080. So to understand port, I need to make you understand something with respect to the computer networks. Yeah, get back to computer networks. So in computer networks, you need a ISO OSI model. ISO OSI model. I want this diagram, that's it. Yeah. Let me pick a suitable diagram. Okay. So ISO OSI model, where is this? This one. I will pick this diagram for you to understand what is happening. This diagram is enough. Okay. I hope, except Teja, remaining people can understand what is this diagram. You might have been studied it as an important question even in your syllabus. However, let me make you understand this computer network. So this is a computer network architecture. This is a computer network architecture. Whenever you connect two or more machines, these machines will be having this architecture. This is what we will be seeing in an architecture of a computer network. But this is a hypothetical model. But this is not a standard model. There are practical model. This is a standard model, but not a practical model. But all these layers and their duties are required for a particular thing to function. So that is why we need this. Okay. So this is a physical connection that what we will see as a wire. A wire. So physical electrical connect. So from your router to your machine, if you connect it to a wire or a wireless medium, whatever it is nothing but an electrical connect. So where you will be having that connection, that physical medium you will be having in this particular layer. So the architecture is divided into several layers. Each layer will have a different responsibility. And then on the physical layer you will be having data link layer, and this data link layer is responsible for providing connection to that providing access and maintaining of your bits. So that is what we will be having, we will be seeing in this particular data link layer. So here you can see it is responsible for providing access to the media. Media is either wire or wireless medium. So it has to provide, it is responsible for providing access and then framing of our bits. So that is the job of the data link layer. And then if you come to the network layer, this network layer is responsible for providing destination addressing from source machine to the destination machine. From source machine to the destination machine. Whenever we want to send data from source machine to the destination machine, the network layer is responsible, and this network layer is responsible for finding the route from source to destination. So routing is the responsibility of the network layer. So data link layer responsibility is host to host. In physical layer, it is the data is transmitted in form of bits. In data link layer, data is transmitted in forms of frame. In network layer, data is transmitted in terms of packets. The network layer is responsible for addressing the source addressing and destination addressing, that is IPv4 addressing. So where you will be having address as a 4-bit or a 4-byte, whatever it is. So this is responsible for providing the addressing. So the host address, the network address and the IP address. This is the responsible. The network address is IP address. Okay, and the data link layer you will be having MAC address. MAC address is physical mission address. Physical mission address. To see them, if you can go to CMD, I can show you them. I can show them clearly. So if I say ipconfig, sorry, no space. ipconfig. Here you can see the address of this machine. Here you can see the address of this machine. Yeah. Here you can see. This is the address of the machine. So this is the address of the machine. So this is IPv6 address and this is IPv4 address. And this is the subnet mask and this is the default gateway. This is the default gateway. And somewhere here you can also see the MAC address. LAN and how to see the MAC address. We want to see the MAC address. So where can I find the MAC address? No worries. Let me ask Google. How to find the MAC address of laptop? Yeah. MAC address is 6 byte. It is 6 byte, whereas IP address is 4 byte. MAC address is 6 byte. So to find the MAC address, how can I find the MAC address of my computer? Of my laptop. MAC address of my laptop using CMD. Command for MAC address in CMD. Getmac. So it has been replaced with Getmac. Yeah, here you can see this is a 6 byte. This is 6 byte, whereas IPv4 is 4 byte. IPv4 is 4 byte, and this is a 6 byte, and this is hexadecimal representation. This is hexadecimal representation. I hope you are aware of the number system. I need not to tell about the number system. You might have been studied that in your C language in your first year. Okay. So this is hexadecimal and this is 4 byte and this is once again I can say it is Indo-Arabic. So the usual number system. This is usual. So 0 to 255 you can see here 0 to 50 and this is 0 to 55 is 1 byte. So here you can see this is hexadecimal. Hexadecimal is 1 digit of hexadecimal is 4 digit binary. So here it is 6 byte and here it is 4 byte. So getMAC will be giving you the MAC address of the system. So the MAC address of the system, various connection types, So here you can see there are various connection types that are available for the device. So the media disconnected. So this device is having TCP/IP connection. There are different TCP/IP connections, and then what are all the connectivities we can see here? We can see here like network, net manager app. Okay, so connectivity, wireless. No, this is something related to Oracle, so that is not required. Network status open. Yeah, here you can see what are all the devices that are available for connection. So here you can see this device can be connected using for as a mobile hotspot, and it can be connected using VPN, that is your Ethernet connection. Ethernet, here you can see VPN, which stands for virtual public network, maybe, which is nothing but your VMware connections, and then you can connect it via a dial-up, via a telephone, but this is no more in use. And you can connect it using Ethernet, you can connect it using Wi-Fi, so it is connected to some Wi-Fi device. So if you click on this, you can see what is the how it is connected. So it is connected, and this is the protocol that is used for connection. Network band, that is 5G band, and the network channel, and what is the IPv6 address, IPv4 address, and who is the manufacturer, and this is the MAC address for this particular connection. That means this is the wireless media. Whenever you go for a wired media, it will be having a different connection, wired medium and wireless medium. So that is responsible, that responsibility is taken by this data link layer. Data link layer will be having the MAC address, network will be having the IP address, transport layer will be having end-to-end reliability. We call it as in data link layer, which is framing, where we will be seeing the connectivity from host to host, host to host, one device to another device, and this is responsibility for source to destination, and transport is responsible for process to process delivery. That means let me tell you a small example here. Your mobile phone, you can connect to the external world from your mobile phone through various applications. You can connect via WhatsApp, you can connect via Instagram Messenger, you can connect via let us say Facebook Messenger, you can also connect maybe some other unknown application. Maybe let us say there are more number of applications that are available, maybe Telegram. So let us say there are 4 applications you are using for chatting at the same time. So you are chatting with your friend on WhatsApp, with your second friend on Instagram, and your sister on Facebook, and your father on Telegram. So let us say these are 4 different 2 friends, and sister and father are connected through 4 applications on your mobile phone. On the same phone, you are connected to them on various things. So now on various applications. Now, if you send a message on WhatsApp, which will be watched only by your friend 1. Your friend 1 sends a message, friend 2 sends a message, sister sends a message, father sends a message on various applications. How they will reach? To whom they will reach? They will reach the same device, but not the same application. Got it? That is the beauty. That is what you will be observed in the transport layer. And the transport layer address is nothing but the port. And that is governed by the application. So application is connected to the port is connected to the transport, which is nothing but the port address. Port address is associated with the network with the device with the medium. So like that we will be having a connection. And this session presentation, all these things you can ignore right now. Those are responsible for maintaining of the session and encryption and decryption activities, that you need not to worry at the moment. Okay, so what you can see here is in Paint. Let us see. You are having 4 applications. You are having 4 applications. You are having 4 applications. Application number 1. Let us say this as WhatsApp. You are using the same device. On the same device you are using this. Insta. let this be Insta, and then Facebook, and let us say this is some Telegram, a known application you are using. So on this you are talking to friend 1, on this you are talking to friend 2, on this you are talking to your sister, on this you are talking to your father. You are talking to your father. When you send a message, each application, these are all applications. These are all applications at the application level. These are all applications. Okay. These are all applications. So at the application level, we are having different applications, and at the transport level, every application is connected to a port. Every application is connected to port. These are ports. Every port will be having a number. That number will be from 0 to 65,335. Some 65,000 odd. I am not getting the number correctly. You can ignore it for now. Some 65,000. There are a lot of business in these ports management and all those things. For now, I will be taking some 80, 90, 80, 70 and 80, 60. So assuming ports. Here we are assuming port numbers for each, assuming port numbers for each application. Let us say this is having a port number of 8060, and this is having an application in a port number of 8070. These are all just an assumption. These are they need not to be the actual thing, and this can be 8080, and this can be 8090. These are all various ports. So each application is associated with one port. Each application is associated with one port. Oh, sorry, control Z. Is associated with one port. This is a transport layer. And coming to the network layer, at network, it is having IP address. So this IP address is a logical address, and this IP address can be anything like 192.168.0.9, whatever it is, let it be. This is the IP address. And this IP address at the MAC layer, that is the device layer, data link layer, at the data link layer, it is going to be a physical device, common physical device. And this is the physical device. And at the medium level, that is the physical layer, at the physical layer, it can be a wired or wireless medium which is using Wi-Fi or cable or mobile device. So all these things all these things will be connected to this same thing. Okay, all these things will be connected to the same device. So that is the beauty. From here it will be reaching to the external world. From here it will go to the external world. External world. సో ఒక అప్లికేషను ఎలా వేరియస్ లెవెల్స్లో వెళ్ళి ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వరల్డ్కి వెళ్తుంది అంటే, ఒక అప్లికేషన్కి ఒక పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది, ఒక ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది, ఒక ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. అది ఏదో ఒక మీడియంకి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఆ మీడియం ద్వారా ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వరల్డ్కి వెళ్తుంది. రిటర్న్ కూడా అదే విధంగా నీ మొబైల్ నీ 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 కనెక్టివిటీకి వస్తుంది. కనెక్టివిటీ నుంచి నీ ఫిజికల్ డివైస్కి వస్తుంది. ఫిజికల్ డివైస్ నుంచి ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ద్వారా నీ పర్టికులర్ డివైస్కి వస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఐపీ అడ్రస్కి అసోసియేట్ అయిన ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఫిజికల్ డివైజెస్ యూజువల్గా లింక్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఏమి ఈ పర్టికులర్ సబ్నెట్లో మాత్రమే కాన్స్టెంట్. ఇదే ఐపీ అడ్రస్ వేరే పర్టికులర్ నెట్వర్క్లో కాన్స్టెంట్ ఏం కాదు. ఇదే ఐపీ అడ్రస్ మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డివైజెస్కి ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ అనేది యూనిక్గా ఉంటుంది. ఇది 6 ఇది 6/2, ఇది 4/2. సో అదే అక్కడ నుంచి మనం ఇక్కడ చూసే ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్లో ఒక పోర్ట్ అడ్రస్కి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఆ పోర్ట్ అడ్రస్ ద్వారా నీకు కరెక్ట్గా వస్తుంది. సో దీన్ని మనం నెట్వర్క్ కనెక్టివిటీ అంటాం. మీ ఫ్రెండ్కి పంపించిన మెసేజ్ మీ ఫాదర్కి వెళ్ళింది అనుకో, మీ ఫాదర్ పంపించిన మెసేజ్ మీ ఫ్రెండ్కి వెళ్ళింది అనుకో, ఇంకేం లేదు, కొంపలు మునిగిపోయినాయి, గొడవలు వేసుకుంటారు అందరూ. అయిపోయిందా? సో ఈ విధంగా మనకు ఒక పోర్ట్ అడ్రస్ని అసోసియేట్ చేసుంటారనమాట. ఇది థియరీ ఫర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఏ డాకర్. ఇక్కడ మీరు చూసారంటే డాకర్ సెటప్లో ఇక్కడ డాకర్ యూస్ఫుల్లీ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్. Here it is. Here it is. You can see this is the IP address associated, and you can say open port. Which port do you want to open? I can simply say it as 8080. Okay. So now it is associated with that respective port. So cancel. So whenever we want to use this particular one, here we want to go to the editor, give few things like associated port number, associated docker file and the code. ఇది ఇస్తే మనకు ఆటోమేటిక్గా పనిచేస్తుంది. ఈ థియరిటికల్ పార్ట్ ఈ అప్లికేషన్ పార్ట్ రేపు క్లాస్లో చూద్దాం. ఇవాళ నేను కొంచెం బయట వెళ్ళాల్సి ఉంది, అందువల్ల నేను ఇప్పుడు హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్లో క్లోజ్ చేస్తున్నాను. రేపు 7:30కి అలా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. రేపు నేను కాలేజీకి వస్తాను. రేపు 7:30కి అలా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. సో రేపు ఫుల్ క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం. ఓకేనా? సో దట్స్ ఆల్ ఫర్ టుడే. ఎనీ డౌట్స్? యా కరిష్మా చెప్పండి. 7:30కి చెప్పాను కదా. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్. బాయ్.